From Darkness to Success, Emily's Journey, a long inspirational story set in the USA. Chapter 1. A Girl Full of Dreams. In the beautiful city of Austin, Texas, there lived a young girl named Emily Carter. Emily was born into a loving middle-class family. Her father was a school teacher, and her mother worked as a nurse. They weren't rich, but their home was filled with love, laughter, and hope. Ever since she was a child, Emily dreamed big. She wanted to build something meaningful, become successful, and make her parents proud. Her father often told her, "Success isn't about where you start. It's about how far you're willing to go." Emily believed those words with all her heart. She studied hard, earned excellent grades, and graduated from college with honors. Life seemed perfect, but she had no idea that her greatest struggles were still ahead. Chapter 2. The Charming Stranger. At the age of 24, Emily met a man named Jason. Jason was handsome, confident, and knew exactly how to win people's trust. He brought flowers. He spoke sweet words. He promised a beautiful future. Emily fell deeply in love. Her parents had concerns. Something about Jason didn't feel right. But Emily believed love could overcome anything. After a year of dating, they got married. She thought she was entering the happiest chapter of her life. Instead, she was walking into a nightmare. Chapter 3. The Mask Falls Off. The first few months seemed normal. Then things started changing. Jason became controlling. He wanted to know where Emily went, who she talked to, what she spent money on. At first, Emily thought, maybe he's just protective. But soon, his behavior became worse. He constantly criticized her. Nothing she did was ever good enough. He isolated her from friends. He discouraged her career. He made her feel small. Every day, the confident young woman she once was disappeared a little more. Chapter 4. 7 Years of Darkness. The next 7 years felt like living inside a prison. Jason lost jobs repeatedly. He wasted money. He blamed everyone else for his failures. Whenever something went wrong, Emily became the target of his anger. Her dreams were forgotten. Her confidence shattered. Her happiness disappeared. Many nights she sat alone in tears after everyone else had gone to sleep. Looking out the window, she would wonder, is this really my life? The woman who once dreamed of changing the world now struggled just to survive each day. Years passed. 7 long years. 7 years of disappointment. 7 years of pain. 7 years of feeling trapped. Chapter 5. The Breaking Point. One cold winter evening, Emily looked at herself in the mirror. She barely recognized the person staring back. The bright, ambitious girl was gone. For the first time, she asked herself a difficult question. If I stay here for another 7 years, what will be left of me? That question changed everything. That night, she made a decision. The hardest decision of her life. She was leaving. No matter how difficult it would be, no matter how afraid she felt, she would rebuild her life. Chapter 6. Starting from zero. Leaving wasn't easy. She moved into a tiny apartment. The apartment was old. The furniture was second-hand. Her bank account was almost empty. Many people doubted her. Some people even laughed. They said, "She's too late. She'll fail. She should have stayed." But Emily had learned something powerful. People who have never fought your battles should never decide your future. She ignored the noise and focused on rebuilding, one small step at a time. Chapter 7. Learning Again. Emily took online business courses. She spent nights studying. While others watched television, she worked. While others slept, she planned. She learned marketing, sales, leadership, finance, business management. Every day she became stronger. Every day she became smarter. Every day she became more confident. The woman she had lost was slowly returning. Chapter 8. The First Business. After 2 years of relentless effort, Emily launched a small digital marketing agency. At first, she had only 1 client, then 2, then 5, then 10. Many days were difficult. Sometimes she worried about paying bills. Sometimes she doubted herself. But she never quit. Her determination became stronger than her fear. Chapter 9. Failure Strikes Again. Just when things seemed to improve, disaster arrived. A major client canceled their contract. Revenue collapsed. Employees left. The company nearly went bankrupt. Many people would have given up. Emily didn't. She remembered the 7 years she had already survived. Compared to that, business problems seemed small. She adapted. She learned. She improved. And she kept moving forward. Chapter 10. The Breakthrough. One morning, everything changed. A national company noticed her work. They offered a large contract. Then another company followed. And another. Within 3 years, her business expanded across multiple states. The company she built from a tiny apartment became worth millions of dollars. The girl who once cried herself to sleep was now leading hundreds of employees. Chapter 11. Giving Back. Success wasn't the end of Emily's journey. It was the beginning. She bought a beautiful home for her parents. She paid off their debts. She helped students afford education. She created programs for women rebuilding their lives after difficult relationships. She wanted others to know. Your worst chapter doesn't have to become your whole story. Chapter 12. A full circle moment. 10 years after leaving her marriage, Emily stood on the stage of a major business conference in New York City. Thousands of people listened. She looked across the crowd and remembered the frightened woman in that tiny apartment. Then she smiled, because she realized something important. The strongest version of herself wasn't created during success. It was created during struggle. Final message. Life will sometimes break your heart. People will disappoint you. Dreams will collapse. Plans will fail. But none of those things have the power to define your future. The moment you decide to stand up again, the moment you refuse to quit, the moment you believe in yourself one more time, everything can change. And that's exactly what Emily did. She didn't just rebuild her life. She rebuilt herself. The end.